Howdy and aloha, everybody. This is James with Monotalk. Basically, my show is about taking care of the planet, saving it, and all of its inhabitants. It's been that way for a long time. I just think if we had the right people, or the best people out there that care about you, me, the planet, I think we might have a chance. But it doesn't look that way, and it looks pretty dismal as far as my perspective goes, and I think most on the planet feel the same. I don't think overall everyone out there has a positive outlook on the future for just possibly their own village, their own city, their own county, their state, even the country, and the world in general is pretty wild and pretty crazy. That is basically because money and greed and power and the filth that has continued to plague legislators and judiciaries and executives within our own nation, and also across the planet, prime ministers and the people that call themselves uh, kings and queens, and just the oligarchic type of mentality is just fucking ridiculous. It's old and it's just wrong. Um, the hierarchical uh, way has it's just not working, and it's never worked. It's never worked. I think there should be a committee of people that take care of the many. I think it should be left of a vote of many people, not just of one fucking idiot like Donald Trump, who I wouldn't say he's a complete moron. Yeah, he speaks like he's from, the 12th grade, and his vocabulary and the way he pronunciates and enunciates, and his what he brings forth is seems like some 13-year-old is you're like in an argument with a 13-year-old. Yeah, that's true, but when you're given over $2 million when you're 18 years old and access to the attorneys and uh, certified public accountants and the business people that this guy's had from day one from his father, then I'm sure you have a pretty good push in life, let's just say. But that's more like a catapult, if you ask me. And not everybody gets that. I know I didn't get it. A lot of people I know don't get it, but the people that do get it, I'm not saying it's bad or it's evil, but I think the ethics that his father and others around him that have instilled in him are wrong and bad. It's about money, greed, and power. And that's the thing that's been plaguing this planet since day one. I mean, how much do you really need to be happy? How much, and I've always asked this from ever since I started my shows, and which I've been doing blog talk radio since 2012 or 2014. And then I started doing this show. I'm on 245 now, or possibly more. I used to do some with Evan Kim and a few others. Um, I mean, all of our goal are just so we can, have a constitution that actually represents the 99% and not the 1%. And that's where we've been for a long time. But it's just been tremendously out of control and getting to the point to where it's going to seriously affect my life, your life, everybody's life, everything on the planet, and it's just getting worse. And it's just getting worse. So if we don't start to make strides to put the people in power in those positions that create laws and decipher if we're going to war, or if we're going to eat the better food or better water or breathe better air, we really need to start being really careful about who we're starting to choose as our supposed quote unquote. I got this new mic. I can't fucking use my hands like I used to. Our quote unquote public servants, which most of them are not. I would say at least in the federal level, maybe 90% don't give a shit. Maybe 10% actually kind of do. There is one that I've been following now for a while, ever since she put her bid in, and I think I've heard of her several times in the past, and I know she's been a representative in California, excuse me, Hawaii for a long time. And yes, I think I am a little biased because she is from Hawaii, but she's really pushing the envelope lately. And I got to tell you, Tulsi, it's fucking awesome to see what you're doing, and I think it's very valiant, very commendable. But I've got to tell you, you must know that you're playing with some very heinous, hideous, and mafia-like type people out there. Hillary Clinton definitely is one of them. If you want to argue that, please come on, talk to me. And if you want to argue that Hillary Clinton hasn't created a mafia, now wouldn't it be weird? I thought about this the other day. Wouldn't it be weird if it wasn't really Hillary behind the curtain? What if it was William, Bill? What if it was? Oh, hey Eli, love you, buddy. Anyway, um, and you too, my love. All right, so what if it wasn't? What if this isn't just Hillary? And Hillary's just, I mean, I know she has this persona of being almightier than thou, and she's got this ego that fucking is just sickly. It's so bad. And the persona that she carries around it's like, don't you ever tell me that I have got wide hips, because you fucking do. She's like a walking wall. I'm sorry, that was bad. But anyway, I think just what if behind the curtain it was Bill? Bill was pulling all the strings. I mean, this guy fucking hung out with Epstein. I mean, how fucking Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein, the islands and homes of the sickly and the disgustingness of that. And hopefully somebody will bring hopefully someday somebody will bring the guest list. The weekend guest list of these fuckers that got there and hung out there and did shit fucking bullshit. I can't even say it. The pedophilia that I am starting to believe, and Danielle St. John says this all the time, it's really prevalent amongst Democrats, it seems like. And people and people in higher positions of power and money. It's like just being with an adult isn't a fuck enough. Or your hand, for that reason. Anyway, we have a lot of things that are happening right now that need to be definitely dissected, needs to be transparent. We have a lot of just ass backwards situations, like they can't, like, back to Epstein. So in his cell, there was a video, and there's been videos in his cells, these these particular cells, for a long, long time. But this particular video was ruled or cannot be used in court as unpermissible. And I'm like, how is that even possible? Well, it's called money, and it's called power, and it's called greed, and it's people getting a little money under the fucking rug and little money under the table and shit like that, and threatenings, and it's just a mafia now. It's just so sickly. But there is, like I said, somebody that's challenging the status quo, probably more so than I've heard from anybody. And I'm sorry, it is this person here. It's not that person, it's this person. Okay, let me show you who I'm talking about. Oh wait, Ortiz and Chanel. That was a good fight. Got him in a guillotine at the end. Uh, terrible loss, by the way, to the Hawaii Warriors. I just want to say, by a stupid field goal. Oh my God. Anyway, I always watch these guys. And this right here, not to get off track, which I do sometimes. DC cops arrest journalists, Blumenthal, right? This is just ridiculous. I mean, only because he was reporting the facts and the truths. And, it seems like everyone that brings up truth and fact, right? And this is the sad part. And this is something that's really concerning. This is one of the biggest concerns I have. Freedom of speech. Okay. NDAA, Patriot Act. you have to be careful in any country you're in right now. If you start pushing, they'll push back really hard. And that's something I shouldn't say. That's something that should never be said. You have to be careful, man, because they're going to fucking lock you up. They're going to come after you. You can't, that should not even be a part of the conversation. That should never happen. Where you feel as though your freedom to speak and tell truth and tell facts, unequivocal, proven facts, not Fox facts, not MSNBC facts, not CNN facts, right? We're talking provable, actual facts, okay? Like Building 7 fell down by itself. Well, somebody's pushing back about that. The 9/11 uh, New York Fire Commissioner's report, and they studied. What was it? Was it Berkeley? But it was some college that did a 3-year study. Like they spent over 3 years studying Building 7, and their conclusion was very simple. It did not collapse because of a fire. It collapsed because of the lower structures were destroyed. Now, right now, Tulsi Gabbard, okay, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, she's pushing back, and all these people are pushing back. So the thing is what's happening to those who speak exact, unequivocal, totally proven, not from the Bible, sorry, or the Quran, or some fucking made up man in the sky religion. I'm talking about provable, carbon dating, actual, a rock is a rock and water is water facts. Okay. When that kind of information comes up and it starts to threaten certain people, right? You're going to get pushback. Definitely, you're going to get pushback. Oh, that was a good one. Kyle Kalinske, thank you. Your spar on Bernie versus Warren. I watched a little bit of that. Yeah, Bernie's got Warren in a fucking guillotine. It's please, if Warren partners up with Bernie, then that was the plan that Bill or Hillary set up. Then that meeting right before Bernie in 2016 to July decided to bend over and pull his fucking pants down and rub sand on his ass and say, "Give it to me," right? Because that was fucked up. But this person right here, Tulsi Gabbard, is speaking out about the Keystone Pipeline. A lot of people have. Bernie has. I think even Warren has. Right? But this is something that she's pushing on right now, that a lot of the people and the victims, people that lost people in 9/11, over about 3,000 people died, right? 2 or 3,000 people. And over time, many others died as well because of uh, the inhalation of the chemicals that were used and the smoke and all this other stuff. And it's taken a toll on the first responders as well. So what she's doing, Tulsi Gabbard demands end of secrecy on 9/11. She wants the documents. She believes, and I know many people believe the same, and and I have to say there are people that know that the Saudis were behind it. That's why she wants it really bad. She fucking hates the Saudis. I don't think they're friends of anybody. They portray that they're all good in the hood and everything's okay, but behind the scenes, these guys are money fucking makers. The kings and the royals, your majesty. You have to actually say your majesty when your supreme Mr. You have to say words like your supremeness or something like this when you speak to these fuckheads, which is really sad. And we're talking just fucking men that basically inherited oil wells, and now they run countries. and it's just power and money. So that shouldn't be the case. Just because you land on an oil well doesn't mean that you are capable of running a country properly, or just because you were given over $2 million when you graduated from high school or college or whatever, that you can run a country. But you know, that seems to be the case in the United States, which is really sad. So anyway, so she's trying to get, and I think she's petitioning. She actually is, and I signed it, petitioning that 9/11, and this is an envelope again. She's pushing this chick. I'm telling you, man. She's poking and prodded, but everybody wants to know. We want to know what those documents say. The 9/11 documents by FBI, CIA, whatever. We want to see those. But here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. It's called redacting. And they're going to fucking blacken out everything except for like the word it, the, and it's going to be sad. That's what always happens. That's what always happens. And it's really sad because you'll never get the truth from a world power that is corrupt. And we are corrupt. We are the most corrupt. At this point in the centuries and the decades that we've been around, we are the most corrupt. We definitely are. You know, she's pushing Hillary's button pretty hard. Pretty fucking hard. Oh, that's cool. Winners of the big ways. I want to show you guys that. But here's something I wanted to show you guys real quick. So this is the military spending, right? Let's see if I can get that. Hold on. We open it up, make it bigger. No, I can't do that. I can fit it in there. Let's just fit the whole thing. Yep, there you go. Okay. Okay. So military spending from 1940 to 2019. These are the billions. Okay. These are the billions, billions, billions. Now let's go ahead. Who's still leading? Who's still leading? By leaps and bounds. Who's still leading? Okay? And continues to lead. Now, there's a toilet seat, okay, back in 2016 or 17, that's still being sold. Okay, it's an actual toilet seat made for something in the military. I'm not sure exactly what vehicle or vessel or what it's used for, but it's a $1,200 toilet seat. $1,200. Okay. So we spend $40 billion a month on, or $4 billion, I don't know, just fucking $1 bazillion a month on military spending. And what's happening is there are people that are making, if you could, here's the profit margin on this. The toilet seat itself is made labor, overhead, product, or the what it, god damn it, it's the product you need to make it, right? It'll come to me. And I think it's like $13 or something, but they're selling it for hundreds and hundreds of a percentage over that. And this happens constantly with the military industrial complex. We are paying many people out there just this gigantic amount of money, right? I mean, look at this. I'm going to show it again. Look, and I'll just let it run, right? Watch. We've always done this. 2004, we've always been the leader. But look at everybody. Look at everybody else. What's happening there with them is they're buying their product, that same toilet seat, okay, off of that same salesman, merchant, supplier, okay? They're buying that for for $28. You get it? We're buying it for $1,200. And it's intentional. These contracts go everywhere. If you ever seen the movie War Dogs, just look it up. The amount, the guys that sell privately, these contractors and it's a fucking crazy amount of money. So what I'm saying to Tulsi, and this is why I bring this up. Okay, Tulsi, and look, you're a wonderful person, and you're really trying to do the right things. I hope maybe you smoke a joint every once in a while, or at least get a sip of wine. But I know in your religion you don't. But what you're going to find out is they're ruthless. And if you start getting ahead and pushing some buttons, they'll come after you. So I truly believe if you were smart, I would start hiring people immediately to protect you. People that you know that can't get bought out, that you know their core, they'll take care of you. Okay? And they need to be by your side watching your back. And I'm saying this respectfully and with aloha, with you got to chickadee check yourself before you wreck yourself, girl. You've got to watch out for these fucking people. They're nasty. Look at Seth Rich. That's Hillary. That's Bill. Hillary, Bill. That's Billary, right? So be careful out there. That's what I want to say to you, Tulsi. Just please be careful. Bernie, he's malleable. I think you're not. You're not controllable. And they know it. And that's why they're scared. You don't give a fuck about the extra buck. Bernie, for some reason, kind of still does, in my opinion. I know Elizabeth Warren definitely fucking does. And she looked like she'd freak out in a time of crisis, for sure. I think most of these people that are running would fucking flip out and just lose it if it came down to some catastrophe that would affect the planet. Right? And speaking of the planet, and let me go back to this history. And I think this is also terrible too. And the reason why, and let me go back real quick to the Saudis, and this is important. Military spending, let me go back. Wait. Richest people. Okay. You gotta look at this. This is a good one. Now, I want you guys to check out this site. It's called Data is Beautiful. Look it up. It's just brilliant. Data is beautiful. Okay. It reflects us. It completely reflects what we're about. And if anybody argues otherwise, all they have to do is follow the money, which Tulsi said, and I don't even think Bernie's ever said that. I don't think Bernie. If I would ever hear Bernie say, "Follow the money," I would be like, "Wow, I guess you're not connected to anything." But Tulsi has. Good picture. Okay. So anyway, but you got to see this one. Let me just show you this one real quick, guys. This is a good one. All right. So this is oil production, right? So who leads in oil production? 1904. Let's just scoot up a little more. Oh, the United States. Oh, it changes a little bit, right? People are trying to catching on. Look at Venezuela. Wow, they have a big reserve. I wonder why there's such conflict with them. And an American reporter got fucking hauled into jail. I wonder why, right? Because they fucking have a lot of fucking oil there, right? Let's go ahead, go to 1982. Ooh, the USSR, okay, back in the real Cold War, right? 1997. Oops, Saudi Arabia came into the picture. They started tapping in, right? And now they're doing it. This is where these fucking sheiks, the kings and the princesses of, you just got lucky, you fucks. You just got, it's like I win the lottery and and all, let's just say all of a sudden Jeff Bezos sees me, I save his life in like a surfing situation or on the side of the road. He goes, you know what? You're awesome. Just take all my money and take everything. Well, who rules the country now? Who has power now? That's the sad thing I'm talking about. Ever since these fuckers and these rich motherfuckers, which are, they're extremely lucky, right? Extremely. They were just sitting on fucking gold. Period. But the United States has always been up there, making it. Oh, look, now we're making more. Right? Oh, yeah, we're making it. We are making fucking oil, baby. We've always made oil. We have always been in the top five, in the top three, top five, top three, top five. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This has to be the indicator of what we're about. We're an oil, we're the petrodollar. Okay, that's what we are. That proves that's what we are. Data is fucking beautiful, right? And this is why we've got to go. Once we use free energy like the sun, wind, right? They use ocean currents, rivers, gravity now to produce fucking energy. By the way, the pyramids were just energy towers like the Tesla tower was. You might want to look into that. They were never tombs. They were never tombs, by the way. Ever, 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 ever. But this other one I wanted to show you, and I don't know if I've got this one here. Did I get it? So the military spending, we're definitely, I think I showed you that. Yes, correct. Give me a second. I should have this thing propped up, but I don't. All right, well, let me just show you this one. This is a good one. All right, so here's the richest people, right? This is how it's been since 97. Look at the ominous music. I love that. Duh, duh, duh. Right? Fucking Bill Gates has just raked it for a long time. Right? By the way, these are the people that actually control, I would say, 60% of the decision making in our country. Yeah, sorry. What you want and what you need has not been done. Like I've said, since the Poor Man's March with Martin Luther King, we still don't have health care. We still don't have a living wage. We still are seeing wars like crazy. It's going to happen again. We are still, and pollution and our water quality and our education system and our infrastructure still sucks. And people are fucking living on the streets. Right? Hey, I have no problem with rich people. I want you to be successful. I want you to be powerful and I want you to have everything you need. But for God's sakes, give a little back. I'm not talking about philanthropy. I think that's a farce and stupid. I think what I'm talking about is putting people in power that care about not just you and your donations, but everybody's donations. Okay, and everybody being taken care of by each other. And you know what? His to his own, the Ayn Rand mentality, uh, uh, libertarianism. Yes, you do your thing and you get yours. But as soon as something happens, as soon as you have a problem, hurt your foot, something happens that's detrimental or or, or just a heinous situation that comes out of nowhere, fucking meteorite hitting your head. Where do you go to? You go to that hospital, right? That I'm paying taxes for to help take care of your emergency situation. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'll pay an extra 20 or 30 or $40 besides what I'm fucking paying now for health insurance. For myself, it's like $200 fucking dollars a month. For myself. Okay, so the other big thing is if you notice these people, and these are the rich, right? People have been rich and not been rich, and people have lost bazillions of dollars. But you're gonna watch how this moves, and all these people. You got to go to this. This is a fucking a fun YouTube to watch. Look at Warren Buffett. Kind of lost his grasp on everything quick. Right? He's out there. He's still there though. And you start to see, watching right here, you'll start to see Amazon come out of nowhere. Right about, darn it. Damn it. Jeff Bezos, there he is. Boom! Took the lead. 120, 140, 150. Worth $162 billion. He is worth $162 billion. All right? And that's because of his business. I think that's great. You know, but hey, Jeff, what else do you need? Do you want a clean ocean? Go fix Fukushima. For God's sakes, Tulsi, start talking about fucking Fukushima. Right? Somebody, please. That fucking like 400,000 gallons of radiant water is still to this day spilling out since 2011, since Japan's big earthquake. It's still spilling out into the ocean, and fish are and it's still being affected. Nobody's doing anything about it. Jeff, fix that. Get the people that care about the planet and the earth. I don't know if you have kids. I don't check. You know, Bernard Arnault, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Mark Zuckerberg. I mean, I don't think he has kids yet. Larry Ellison, Amicia Ortega, Carlos Slim, Lillian Bettencourt. Lillian Bettencourt is worth $56 billion. Wow, that's amazing. I bet you she and she runs L'Oreal, right? And then Alice Walton, she's part of Walmart. Okay. So anyway, do they give a shit or do they care? There's so many other players besides just these people. There's people in the background too. But the point that I'm really trying to make, Tulsi, and I need you to understand this, and I need those that actually give a shit, that care about the planet and all of its inhabitants, and that want a future for their kids and so on and so forth, like I do. You got to fight some monsters out there. Some big fucking fish. Like mega shark, big. Not like a fucking going after 11-foot mako surfing out in Huntington Beach, you know, just you see a fucking blue shark, you're like, ain't no big fucking deal. These are mega sharks. And they'll fucking eat you up. Keep going. Keep pushing. Be vigilant, but be careful. Be smart. Okay? Keep saying the word. Keep pushing for it. But you've got to get support from these people. You've got to get support. You've got to get these petitions. I think that's the point that I really am trying to make for those that actually give a shit that are running for positions that really mean something. like House of Representatives and U.S. Congress, Senate positions in Congress, right? Or POTUS, right? And if you really give a shit, you're going to watch your back, because once you start playing with these fucking mega sharks, right? These Godzillas, right? What's that? Triran, or what was the name of the three-headed monster in the last Godzilla? God, it's gonna come to me. Somebody will probably tell me. But anyway, um, what I'm really trying to tell you guys, and I think it's really important, is we can't give up. We have to start trying, but we've got to support each other. We've got to start supporting what we're doing. We have to help those that are pushing the envelope, right? Let me see. Primo Nutmeg, great job. This guy, I don't know where this guy came from. I think he's been on my show a couple times, but good job, Primo. You're really doing a great job. Let me see. Bernie Sanders lashes out at Clinton for implying Gabbard is a Russian asset. Okay, I remember that. Way to go. Okay. Tulsi's on in. She's not running for Congress anymore. So she's all in. She's going for it. Oh, here's a good one. This is a good one right here, people. Right? There's a good one. Right? 1990s. So the total sum of CO2 emissions, that's fucking exhaust out of out of a car or a truck or a semi truck or whatever, carbon dioxide. Um, who's been the leader? Who has been the leader since 1880, right? And I've sped it up, but guess who's been the leader all the time? Since, I would say, since Great Britain, since 1925. The U.S. has surpassed everybody. Look at that. Is that fucking sad? That's just fucking sad. That is fucking just the saddest thing. Anyway, I don't want to leave on a downer, Debbie Downer, but yeah, we're not good. We really need to turn it around. We need some serious leadership. We need to get fucking idiots, like fucking people that even come close to thinking like Reagan, come close to thinking like Bush, come close to thinking like Clinton, come close to even starting to think like fucking Obama. And be careful, Tulsi. Obama isn't your asset. Okay? I mean, he's done more harm. He had his shot. He knew it. Dennis Kucinich in 2010 brought up single payer. He was supposed to meet and talk about single payer because we had the Democrats had the House and Senate. Because I was a Democrat at the time. I'm now with the Green Party. Thank you very much. But he swept him under the rug. Obama swept Dennis Kucinich and his band of single payer people under the rug. That was the moment. That was the moment that I knew that Obama was just another figurehead, a spokesperson for the company. Are you going to be the spokesperson for the company? Is Bernie going to be the spokesperson of the company? Because that's all it is. Who's going to be the spokesperson of the company? That's what Trump has been, the spokesperson of the company. That's what Obama was, the spokesperson of the company. That's what Bill Clinton was, the spokesperson of the company. And fucking idiot Bush. Everybody for decades now. You know, this is a terrible picture. We should never see that. We're the leader in carbon emissions. China has like 3 times more, I don't know, 2 or 3, like 6 times more people than we do. India has a bazillion bunch of people that we do. They're not even close. They're not even close to anything that we're producing. We've polluted our own water. We've polluted our own soil. We pollute our air. If you've lived in Los Angeles, you know what a fucking smog alert is. It means they actually tell you not to go outside because you can't breathe. My point today is this. You need a strong group of people to back you. We've got to start backing the people that can actually do something of power. I've been trying to get the Green Party to get somebody at least in the House, but for fuck's sakes, okay, I'm going to do my best to help them, and I'm trying to tell them everything to say and what to do, but they're not listening. I think there's one that is listening, maybe two, but I read the country. I've been in marketing. I'm in sales. I know everything. I know what it takes to hook people. And it has nothing to do with ecological fucking wisdom. For fuck's sakes. They want full, comprehensive, universal health care with no copay. That's the one thing they want right now. You better start promising that. They want a livable wage. $15 an hour is getting fucking old. It should be at 17 because when you start doing the negotiations in Congress, they'll probably end up with 13. But if you start with 15, you might end up with 11. That's the way it works. We also need to make pre-K to at least community college free and support moms and dads that need daycare. These are things that the country really is talking about. And of course, a Green New Deal. Getting our asses off of fossil fuels, coal, oil. I mean, Murray Incorporated or whatever out here in West Virginia just filed bankruptcy. They're having a rough time, and I think it's about time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all those people that have been living off of coal forever, but it's fucking up our country. It's fucking up the planet. And if you think that coal and carbon doesn't make an effect to the planet and the world, then you're not, okay, then you have a serious doubt of cognitive dissonance. You've been plagued with it. And you don't want to learn the facts and the truth of what's really causing what really causes what. And that's what Tulsi's trying to do. And that's what a lot of the Greens definitely are doing that. But they need to be careful and not confuse people with other fucking terms that they have to re-explain again. Just keep it simple, guys. Okay, but my God, look at this. We are the winners. We're the winners at everything that's fucked. Everything that you shouldn't be, we are it. We are it. A new direction, people. Definitely a new direction. Listen, I never look at my chat. I am super sorry. I never ever look at my chat. Whoever's on there, thank you very much for coming. Evan, what should you give the world government? Full authority. Give them our freedom so they can fix everything for us. No. They need to be held accountable. We need to give them fucking, Evan, it's a good question. We need to give them fucking, I swear to God, if you were to fucking give all of them a drug test, I would guarantee at least 80% of them would fail. At least 80% of them would fail that drug test. They would be on, or it would be some recommended opioid, of course. But these people are fucking fucked up. Nancy Pelosi looks like she's on everything imaginable. Ambient, I don't know, whatever. Max, good to see you again, once again. Propaganda, Tulsi or bust. Oh, yeah, fuck, she's in. Nina Turner, by the way, just wanted to say, Nina Turner, from what I'm seeing, is busting her ass for Bernie. She is fucking working her ass, and she truly and thinks, and maybe she's already been given the green light to be his running mate. But I'm telling you, I just like Tulsi better. I think that's a more powerful statement to the establishment. And if you think the establishment or the deep state is just the Democrats, then you're dumb. Then you're just dumb. Because it's deep within both. They have ties within both. And it's just really sad. It's just really sad. So I can't. I'm sorry. I should be reading this stuff. I never do. Jonathan Melton. Tesla Towers. Yes. Yes. The pyramids were just Tesla Towers. Okay. Listen, guys. I'm pretty much done. Thank you all for coming on or watching. I don't get a lot of people. Just share what I have of my thoughts. I don't like to take too long. I just like to get this out. It's just like I'm releasing, I'm just like I'm just getting out uh, the stuff that's been weighing me down for a long time. But it's some things that I think some people need to talk about. I'm going to go over it one more time. Tulsi, be careful. Make sure you have uh, backing, people to back you. And it's hard to trust anybody on that hill. I think you know what I'm talking about. You should also, and yes, don't trust anybody as far as you can throw them. And you're pretty strong, but be careful because you know what happened to Bernie. And you need to have people around you that will actually take a bullet for you. You do. You actually need people that will actually risk their lives for you at this stage. Honestly, it's really getting bad. And she's just going for all kinds of stuff, and I think that's really cool. And I think she wants to do it, and she wants to go for it. And I think that's commendable and fantastic. But I've got to tell you, people, I got to tell you, these fucking motherfuckers are just terrible. Oh, this is a great movie. You got to look at this. This is good.
The Democrats are the party of economic opportunity, social justice, and racial equality. That's their pitch. But is it true? Who are these Democrats?
While Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State, the Clintons took hundreds of millions of dollars from foreign entities.
She looked very menacing. I was really frightened.
I didn't see any reason to keep them.
I didn't see any reason to keep them. They don't usually erase those emails anyway. But if you want to know what email they're talking about, anyway, I've never seen this movie, and I know Souza is a good filmmaker, and maybe he's got a Republican spin on it. I'm not sure. But for God's sakes, there needs to be the most gigantic investigation on these fucking people ever. It just should fucking happen. It'd be stupid not to. I mean, on everybody, on every fucking person. I mean, they've raked Donald through the coals. Let's rake some Democrats through the coals. Let's rake some more Republicans through the coals. Let's fucking do an all-out investigation, drug test, you fucking name it. I want this fucking government. I want it shaked down. I want it shaked down. I want us to go in, okay, Evan, not going guns a-blazing, bro, not guns a-blazing, but by law, that we need to make sure that we follow this money. We need to make sure we start to find out what these fucking people are really doing. And if they're doing shit that's fucking us, which most of the time, obviously they have been, they need to go. They need to go. And for God's sake, somebody produce the guest list that Jeffrey Epstein kept somewhere. Because, some fucking Bill Gates used to hang out there, right? There's some people with Bill Gates that used to hang out there. Holy, for fuck's sakes. Anyway, it's just getting crazy. Let me just see. Was there one more thing I wanted to watch? Wanted to show you. I think there was. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to bore you. I'm probably going to watch that at some point. Let me see. Yeah, I can't wait to see the new Deadpool. Let me see here. Saturday Night Live sucks balls. They are so biased. It's sad. It's almost like it's like Podesta and Billary and all these fucking people are pulling the strings of Saturday Night Live. It's just really sad because they're dead wrong in all their assumptions and their laid claims and their jokes. It's completely wrong. Okay. Anyway, the America's Cup, I love the selling of America's Cup. It used to be a big seller. Oh, before I leave, I want to show you this. This is a good one. It's a good one.
And he can't wait. So thank you and thank Nero for your service. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. If I could I throw a PSA out real quick?
Listen.
Real quick.
Just the remarkable nature of these dogs and them being highlighted.
Listen to the end of this. This is good.
In the news creates a huge demand by people that frankly shouldn't have them. If you see the coverage and you decide I want one of these dogs, either buy a finished trained, fully trained and finished dog from a professional, or just don't get one at all. And Epstein didn't kill himself.
What? What?
Don't get one at all. And Epstein didn't kill himself.
Right?
Get one at all. And Epstein didn't kill himself.
Okay, there it is. CNN, MSNBC, Fox, you name it, anything mainstream media, Al Jazeera, just fucking name them. BBC, they think you're fucking stupid. They truly believe you're malleable. They truly believe you're easily manipulated. Not that fucker. Not me. Not Max. Not Eben. Not, by the way, I got to do a quick shout. A lot of people. If you've got just a little bit of sense in your head or just common sense or even close to it, for God's sakes, it's just connect some dots together, build the Lego piece together, formulate a opinion, and then study that, do some research, and then get your answer. But you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. I always say that. Okay? I want to give a big shout out to my boys at IMN, by the way. All right? At IMN. I want to give a big, big shout out. Okay? They had Cynthia McKinney on here, which was fantastic. And they had, of course, Mr. George Galloway, William, and fucking Chad had fucking Galloway on their show. You guys have got to start putting IMN out there, man. They are fucking bomb. IMN rocks. Right? I'm just like to say, Will, try to be a little sober when you give these, I know I'd like to smoke a little hoota. That's okay, a little hoota. But these people deserve that kind of respect. Okay? They put in a lot of time, effort, risk their lives, done a lot of things. Okay? So be there for them in mind, body, and soul. Does that make sense? Mind, body, and soul. They deserve that. Okay? Anyway, I haven't done an interview in a long time. I've got to start. I'm gonna start doing. Oh, you know what I need to show you guys here, and then I'm really gonna go, But just let me just show you. Hang on. Where is it? It's right. Wait for it. Here it comes. Are you ready? Oh crap! I can't. I think if I just bring it up and show you. Yeah, I think I can just show you right there at the top right. Green Party News is coming. Green Party News. We're going to start plugging that. I'm going to start moving it forward. I'm going to talk about nothing but the Green Party and how they're doing in these elections. I'm going to get information as much as I can. We're going to have commentary. We're going to have interviews. And we're going to do whatever we can to start boosting the Green Party the right way, the best way. The way that works, that's been used forever. It's called marketing. You fucking idiots out there. But anyway, and you know who I'm talking about. So I just want to say this: we're not stupid. There's some fucking brilliant people out there, right? There are some people that get it. There are some people out there that understand that they're being tricked by the mainstream media and all of it is just fucking bullshit. And we've got to do our own research, right? Our own research. Like, anyway. Let me see. Cynthia McKinney was on there as well. That was fantastic. Great job, by the way. Great job to Will and Chad for pulling that off. Outstanding stuff. Okay. By the way, IMN is going to start really opening up. What we'd like to be, and I think we can be if we do this correctly, is we don't want RT anymore. And the reason why I'm going to say this, and I'm going to put it to you very simply, it's not that Russia's bad, and Russia has some fucking cool parties and some great people, and they're really good at skiing. Okay, but honestly, we need some place in the United States where we can dump on the United States, where we can fuck with the United States. We need our own house to play in. Okay, so I'm talking about Jesse Ventura. I'm talking about um, uh, just, God, just everybody else that's fucking in RT needs to get out. And even people that are on all these other shows need to come to IMN where they can start to be seen and we can start recording it and we can start posting it. We can start having it become the channel for from the United States to the United States and the world. From to and the world. Okay? That's our goal. We need to start doing that. A lot of people don't like watching Russian television because it's Russian television, for fuck's sakes. Anyway, IMN, let's keep it going. Good job. I'm going to start doing that Green Party news. And thank you all for listening. And listen, anybody that has any questions or anything, hey, no, we already have that, James. TYT. Holy fuck. Oh, fuck. That's funny, dog. That is fucking funny. Oh, Jesus. I'm fucking laughing my ass off. I'm laughing my ass off. Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, of course not. Yeah. TYT is just fucking, they're up for sale. TYT and everybody there, they've been up for sale for a long time. They're like the stepping stone problem of, MSNBC, in my opinion. Okay. Thank you all for coming on tonight. I'm sorry I haven't had an open channel in a while. I want to do an open channel group. I'm going to say this weekend, and I'm going to commit to it. I'm going to commit to an open channel of some of the old crew, and I'll start telling everybody. I'm probably going to start early in the day because I want to have fun later and go out and do some things with my wife. But hey, by the way, we're doing great. I mean, I could not be more happy. I'm actually baffled and bewildered that I'm a part of her life, honestly. Anyway, listen, you guys, love you all. Aloha nui to everyone. Mahalo for coming on, everybody. Big mahalos. Jenks can't run his own company without constant infusions of cash. Fuck yeah, of course. Max says Twitter prevents you from examining the activists of Max Waller and M. Waller 3 that are critical in evaluating behavior. We'll have to explain that in more depth sometime, but I've got to get going. My butt hurts, seriously. And it's from this chair. I don't have my computer chair. I left it in California. I got to go get a fucking computer chair. Or I could sit here for a long time, but it's just not good. Anyway, you guys, funny. All right, I'm gonna get going. Thank you. Aloha. You know what? I'll just do the song. Fuck it. Bye. Howdy and aloha. Welcome to